I know, chasing that dough, hitting that road, getting that money, man. All I know, loading that foe, kicking down doors, getting that money, man. We gon' make it money. We gon' take it Grizzly. We gon' make it money. We gon' take it Grizzly.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros are reports that Anthony Joshua is considering step aside for Fury to fight Usyk. G, break it down for us, brother.
All right. So first up, this is on the ESPN ringside tweet, and then Tyson Fury reshared it, but it's quoting Tyson Fury himself. It says, "Quote: I prefer Anthony Joshua to just let me fight Usyk, because if Joshua goes in again and loses, which I think he will, that fight's dead in the water for me. You don't lose 2 fights and then go into a massive heavyweight title fight. But if he lets me fight Usyk and I batter Usyk, then I come back and fight Joshua, batter him as well. Then I can just F off and they can all fight for the belts. I'd retire." Right? So then now, according to Michael Benson, Anthony Joshua, can y'all see the AJ one?
Yeah, I can see. Yes.
So it says Anthony Joshua has insisted that he has no intention of stepping aside to allow Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk next. However, he did not completely rule it out and said, quote, "If the money's right, we have to look at it, but respect has a lot more value than just money." And that's according to IFL TV. So there you go.
All right, I'm gonna throw it to a clapping TVE first. What's your reaction to that?
First, when I heard the topic, I was like, I didn't even get to read it yet. I was just like, AJ admitted to step aside money. Like, my man AJ and G's brother Beatrice. I'm like, no disrespect to any Beatrices out here in the world. We love you.
I ain't never called AJ a Beatrice. So
the views and opinions of Ned, the TVE.
I'm not calling him
Boxing Bros as a whole, and all the other faces you see on the screen.
I'm not saying you called him a Beatrice. I'm just saying
the way you said it.
Yeah.
You said.
I'm saying.
Word is here. I know how you meant it, but it's about how it sounds to the naked ear who doesn't know.
For real.
Like G uses the word Beatrice, but you made it sound like G says that AJ is a
B.
No. I'm saying, is my man AJ a Beatrice? I'm saying that. TBE. Where's that mama? Okay. But after I read that, if the values, my values are over money, so he respects his values over money, and I respect that. If they say 100 million, step aside, man. Who's gonna follow? We ain't Wilder over here. We're not gonna go 120 million. Well, why to lose 120 million? Give us 120 million. Step aside, easy. But anything less, 99 mil. Nah, I'm not. We're gonna walk down that ring. We got more respect than that,
Oh, you said anything less than 99 million?
I'm capping. I don't know what AJ won out here in these streets, but I'm just saying, we not Wilder, we're not turning down generational wealth. But AJ, if the money's right, you ain't gotta fight, bro. I respect it. I respect it. That's it, but I just say don't go out on the backs of Fury's accomplishments. That's all, or Usyk's.
All right, true though, Bill.
I'm not mad either way. I'm not mad either way. I think either way they want to do it, they can do it. Tyson Fury, I like that plan. If you want to step in there with Usyk next, and we get our undisputed, and then you challenge AJ, that's fine. I don't have no quarrels with that. But then it's AJ. AJ might want to get that get back. After having that fight, he might want to run it back. Go ahead, G.
Come on, Trill. You forgot somebody. You forgot.
I got say. What if Usyk boy out?
White, bro.
What'd you say?
Not Dillian.
What happened to Dillian Whyte? You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to have next up at Tyson Fury.
Do we have to say this?
I think so. It's only right. It's tradition. You know what I'm saying?
Poor Dillian. You know what I'm saying? Poor Dillian. Because look, the powers that be, you already know the situation. I already said it. I called it long time. I said Tyson Fury. Y'all heard, go watch our old tapes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see why I said there's a possibility we can get another poor Dillian. But I'm not mad at Tyson Fury if he's trying to go and give us the undisputed, and he goes and he wants to fight Usyk. That's fine. AJ wanted to get his get back. I'm not mad at that either. You know, because he's earned that. You know, he earned that right, and we already know. You know, he revenged the Ruiz loss. He can revenge this loss and be undisputed again. You know, and like you were saying with Dillian, poor Dillian, man, because he deserves the shot, but for some odd reason, unless these guys force them to, I don't see Tyson Fury fighting a Dillian Whyte. I just don't see it. See him going off to do something else other than doing that.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it from both perspectives, from Fury's perspective and AJ's perspective. Well, what Fury's saying actually makes sense, right? Because Fury's fear is, AJ, I don't think you're gonna beat Usyk, and if you lose to Usyk, that mega fight that me and you got set up, it's not really gonna happen, right? So he's like, yo, let me beat the guy. I'm confident I could batter this little man. Let me do it, and to me, it's like, Fury. My only fear is you can't really trust Fury. But what if Fury beats Usyk, becomes undisputed, and goes, yeah, you know what, I want to retire. You know what I'm saying? AJ, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you can really trust a guy like Fury. But however, if Fury's telling the truth, like, hey, let me beat Usyk and I give you the shot at undisputed after. And if the money's right, that's why I agree with both Ned and Trill on this one. Now for AJ, I understand the pride of a fighter. You want to run it back no matter what, kind of like with Wilder with Fury. But if the pay is good enough, sometimes, man, you got to swallow your pride and think about your son. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you could take that bread. Who cares what the fans say? I'm not one of those delusional fans. Me, it's prize fighting, get your coin. And you got an immediate shot at the winner. I'm not mad at that, man. You know what I'm saying? So because I feel like we're moving in an era where dudes got to stop thinking about, ego and pride. I'm telling you, after AJ retires, nobody's going to be like, oh, well, AJ didn't fight Usyk. Like, he fought Usyk. If Usyk beats Fury, he's going to fight Usyk again. So people going to forget about all of that talk anyways, as long as they see AJ in the ring with Usyk. And let's just say Usyk loses to Fury. If AJ batters Fury, people are going to be like, yo, AJ's the man, and now there might be a little dispute, but it's going to be a minor dispute. And then AJ could be like, hey, I want to still avenge my loss. Even though let's say he becomes undisputed, he can still fight Usyk again, you know what I'm saying? Because he knows, like, hey, you know what, let me make right by that fight. And all is forgiven. So AJ, man, focus on what makes the most financial sense for you and your family. I won't bash you for that, and I remember Ned was bringing up Wilder. It wasn't step aside for that 120 million, Ned, but I see what you were going at with it. Sometimes
no. I'm saying only step aside we taking is 120 million because Wilder, that's it, yo. We're not losing that.
Okay, you're not AJ's financial advisor, so I guess AJ can take that with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? But AJ, whatever amount that you feel it suffices what you feel is like what's good for you and your fam, and it gives you more time to train and prepare for whoever, for you to prepare for both gentlemen. I say go for it, but I'm not mad at you if you decide like, nah, I don't care, this money's not enough. I'm going straight to that rematch with Usyk. But at the end of the day, it is a sad situation for Dillian Whyte because Tyson Fury is pretty much saying, I'm not going to fight Dillian Whyte. You know what I mean? And that's the problem with this sport. Sometimes, and I understand everyone's trying to make mega fights, but the governing bodies have to just put their foot down and be like, no, Tyson Fury, you have to fight Dillian first before you can even consider Usyk or Anthony Joshua. Because it's only fair for this gentleman, because Dillian Whyte has been waiting for a long time now. And so I think it's only right. Give the man his opportunity.
All right, so I gotta be completely honest. I don't like Anthony Joshua's response. For me, I think he's perceived as a businessman more so than a fighter, and his response kind of indicated that. In the world of business, absolutely, you listen to every offer, and that could have been done by his team. But what I would have loved to hear from Anthony Joshua was, I don't care. I don't want to hear any talks about step aside because I'm going to get my titles back. What he said gives, if I'm Usyk, I'm thinking he don't really want to fight me. He's entertaining. He was willing to consider. When Deontay Wilder was in the same situation and we were calling for Deontay Wilder to step aside, this dude went to arbitration. When we were saying he should just take step aside money and let the fight happen, he said it's about revenge. And the Wilder fans who are okay with AJ stepping aside weren't okay with their guy stepping aside because they wanted revenge.
I was okay with it. I told him.
I'm not saying you. I get where you're coming from, but what I'm saying is his base. If you look in like when we were making the same argument that you're making now for Wilder. Well, if they offer you, a good money, 15, 20 million, step aside, take another tune up for 5, you just made you a nice chunk of change. Is what we were saying. But you're thinking like a businessman. And I'm thinking like a businessman. And AJ is thinking like a businessman. The problem is he's a fighter. And that's what I'm getting at. Let your business team be your business team. Let your business team say all that stuff. As a fighter, all I want to hear from Anthony Joshua is, I'm fighting Usyk next, and I'm getting my titles back. Anytime anything is mentioned, I never heard Wilder once talk about entertaining step aside money. Maybe he really would have. Maybe if, make me an offer I can't refuse, right? Maybe if they would have came to Wilder with an offer he couldn't refuse, he would have taken it. But publicly, his mindset was war. His mindset was, I want Fury. And the way he fought, I believe him. But the way he fought Fury, I believe he was out for revenge. He didn't get it, but damn it, he was out for it. No one can tell me otherwise. No one can convince me otherwise. Wilder showed up with revenge on his mind. And if you know the actual song, he had something else on his mind. But the point that I'm making is Wilder showed up to fight. And I just don't like it because the perception of Joshua anyway is that he's a golden boy, a businessman, and all types of it. Fury's taking a shot at you like, oh, let me beat Usyk and then we can make the mega fight. It's kind of implying that he's better than you. He's going to beat the dude you can't beat. So you talking about, oh, yeah, let Fury beat Usyk, then you fight Fury and you beat Fury. If that happened, everyone would still be like, you couldn't get past Usyk. You had to let Fury get past Usyk. No one's going to give him full respect for that. And then also it's like, he's actually clowning you, bro. He's saying like, let me save our fight because you can't. You feel me? Like, come on. Like, how could you be okay? Oh, I'll consider it. I'll be like, hell no. How about this? After I beat Usyk, I'll beat you. Just make sure this time you don't run away. Like, that's what I want to hear from him. I get what you're saying, G. It's prize fighting, not pride fighting. But sometimes the fighter is supposed to have the mentality of a fighter and not a businessman. Because, see, the businessman is the type of person who says, I'm not going to take this punishment because I've already made the money. The fighter is the type that's willing to walk through it and go through it to get the win. And that's what people are criticizing AJ about. You're too businessman. You're too Hollywood. You're too commercial. You don't have enough dog in you. And when you make statements like this, it kind of like, it just lends credence to that argument. Of course, I respect AJ. I love AJ. You know how I feel about AJ. I got nothing but respect and love for the brother. But I feel like don't say this. Anything you say publicly should just be war. I'm getting my titles back. Let your business team handle the business aspect. So I don't like the comment from AJ. I don't like it at all.
Only business AJ's business team should be handling is getting the venue. Say that.
Okay. Thank you, Ned.
The Brothers EP is out right now. Y'all can go check that out. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. Check out our podcast on all major streaming services. Let us know how you feel in the comment section. You know who we are. We the Boxing Bros.
You're welcome. You're all welcome.